Motivational Talk. Today, guys, I'm joined by an SRC aspiring president in the studio. And by SRC, I mean Students Representative Council. These are the guys who make things happen in the universities. Remember, guys, on this show, I'm trying to create a platform where people can try things without being afraid of failure. So if you feel like you've got a motivating story, you've got a story that can change someone's life, be it a career, be it a business, feel free to contact me on the numbers that are on your screen right now. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
May you please introduce yourself to the viewers.
Hi Zimbabwe and hi viewers. My name is Mwashita. I'm the NAST president and I'm happy to be on your show.
That's awesome. So are these the basics of politics, like at national level? Because we've got people like Nelson Chamisa. In the late 90s, he was actually an SRC president for Harare Polytechnic, and now he's taking politics to another level. Are these the basics? Is that what you're going to do, or it's just for fun?
Firstly, it's not for fun, and the reason why we are in student politics is not to copy what others have done or to follow in those steps, though they are good steps. The reason why we are there is because we have a profound concern, on the levels of underrepresentation of students, and we want to make sure that we stand for other students, not building a political career on that, but being the change in our environment and being youth advocates for other youth that are being oppressed, for other youths that are facing injustices and prejudice at our institution. Okay.
So, I came across an article where you guys, you and your party, you were arrested. And that's the article that actually made me to invite you to the show. So, you were arrested because of the bus.
Yes.
Did you guys try any peaceful means of getting the bus before you took it to the street?
Definitely. I think our orientation is, found from, the proper channels of demanding for action from the administration. Firstly, we wrote a letter to the Vice Chancellor himself, and we were told to draft a petition and be endorsed by other students who also want us to push, the cause for bringing the bus to the students. And we did that. We had, over 400 signatures from the students, and we submitted. But again, there was no action that was being taken. So we decided that, let's take the matter, to the streets. Let's act, and let's take our bus by force if they are not responding to, the formal means. So we have engaged them, properly and we have, followed the proper channels. So the going to the streets was the last resort.
In your petition, what did you guys say you wanted to use the bus for? Because I just feel like if you guys had said you wanted to use the bus like to visit industries and companies, they wouldn't have said no. What did you say you wanted to use the bus for?
I think we want to use the bus to go to and from our library, because our library at NAST is not in our vicinity, it's in town, and we don't have the money to be commuting to and from town to go to the library. So we were demanding, the bus for that purpose. And also, I think we had foresight, because you can concur that prices are going up right now, and when we demonstrated for the bus 2 weeks back, it wasn't like that. So we also had foresight that it's going to be difficult for students to commute from town to campus or from wherever they are to campus. So we need the administration to chip in and provide the bus for the students so that the students' lives can be made easier. And mind you, we are contributing to that bus. We pay $20 each and every semester for that bus. So it is our own bus, and we are within our rights to demand that bus.
Okay. So guys, these guys were detained at Bulawayo police station after protesting over access to the university buses. And this is the guy that we have in the studio today. The other newspaper article is this one. NAS to students stage demo over buses. This is the newspaper article. NAS to students stage demo over the buses. So after this demonstration, are you now allowed to use the bus?
Definitely. I think the administration, is now put in a corner, and they will deliver the bus surely. And the Vice Chancellor has said that he will respond promptly. But again, if he doesn't respond, then we'll also take the matter to higher authorities, and we'll apply, more and more pressure, because it is our bus. We're not going back on that issue.
Okay. Congratulations, guys, by the way. Okay, so the strange thing is that since I was in part 1 at NAST, it has always been about the bus issue. They came another president. There wasn't a bus when I was in part 1. There were other buses, but the one, I'm sure the one that you guys were protesting for just came. It was bought last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So another president protested that they needed a bus.
Yes.
Okay, and that bus was bought. And now there comes you and your team. You're now protesting for the bus again. I haven't had, correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't had a president who protested about education, like saying this is a national university of science and technology. We need more workshops. We need more laboratory. We need more equipment. I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, that is very, very true. But if I can, invite your attention to what happened last semester. Last semester we went for the whole month without any lectures, and the SRC that was there that time deserted the students. But as Team Zinasu, we decided that we should stage the biggest demonstration of the NAS, which was NAS shutdown, last semester. If we are not learning, then we should shut down the university. And the response from that demonstration was positive, because lecturers then resumed. Then about the bus issue, many have come with the bus issue. We understand, and we also understand the frustration of the students, that it is always about the bus. But we are saying, as NASU, we have a renewed commitment about the bus, and we are not worried about the past failures or what has happened in the past. So as NASU, the demonstrations that we stage are not a political gimmick, but are there to make sure that we deliver on the real issues on the ground affecting the students. And also, out of the consultation with the students, we listen to what students want, then we act on those.
Okay. So if you are voted as the next SRC president, what are you going to do to improve the quality of education for the NAS students? I'm not yet satisfied with the issue of laboratories and workshops, as well as the Wi-Fi issue.
Definitely. If I'm elected as president, I'll make sure firstly that the sanity returns to NAST, and as far as our education is concerned, because the fundamental reason why we are in school is to learn. And if we don't look into those issues, then we are not doing anything good for ourselves. So we are going to make sure that there is a 50-50% approach of learning, because at NAST we are always writing text, reading text. Our learning is boring because it's too much theory. So we are going to make sure that there are field trips, for each and every department, because we have to be relevant to the moving times, and we have to be relevant, to the industry. I'm a student returning from attachment, and I suffered a lot because I suffered a lot from adapting, because I was not well versed with the industry. So we will make sure that we initiate that for the students. And also, our learning environment, is not so conducive for learning. We are learning in unfinished buildings. We are learning in buildings that are unsafe, that are unclean, and that are not university standard. So we are saying that we will force the administration to make sure that our learning environment becomes top-notch. And also, like you're saying, that the laboratories, the computer labs, we're going to make sure that we force our administration and also source from other companies out there, from other organizations, other NGOs, so that they can help us develop our existing labs and also increase our labs. Because the other reason is that the few labs that we have, people are swatched in those and they never get to enjoy the lab. There is too much, the ratio, the computer to student ratio, the workstation to student ratio is not in tandem to the students that are there. So we are going to make sure that we deliver on those things.
So on the issue of attachment, I feel like there is now a new form of slavery whereby students on attachment, they don't get allowances. But last year I was happy when the SRC presidents that were there, they collaborated and they went to the president and they protested that we can't be paying school fees while we are on attachment, and the fees was lowered by 40%. So what are you going to do regarding the fact that some students do not get allowances during their attachment period?
We applaud them for that. Those were remarkable strides in achieving academic freedom, because it's slavery, like you put it, that a student on attachment has to pay full fees. So it was a good initiative to say attachment fees must fall by 40%. But again, we still believe as a NASU that 40% is still much. It should actually, drop by 80%, because a student on attachment is not getting any allowances. The companies do not pay attaches, so they are suffering. So we will make sure that we also engage other universities and other unions, so that we continue to fight until that attachment fees is scraped off. But again, on that issue, NAST again is still shortchanging the students, because even though there was a directive from the ministry that students on attachment should pay 40% less fees, NAST has not complied.
Okay.
We haven't been given our monies back, when that decision was passed by the minister.
Isn't it that it was supposed to start with this academic year?
No, the directive was given in February, and the minister made it, plainly clear that it was effective immediately. So the last semester of our attachment, we were supposed to pay 40% less fees. So the BESA still owes us. And on that issue, we have taken it to higher authorities, and we have engaged ZINCHE, Zimbabwe Council of Higher and Tertiary Education, and they said they will make sure that NASU complies. So that is another thing that we as NASU are also fighting for, that the students returning from attachment should get their 40% back, because it was a directive from the government.
I've also noticed that most candidates, they give lunch, they give t-shirts, they give discounts, they give gifts to students so that the students vote for them, especially towards the elections or on the day of the elections. But believe me, after the elections, those people, when you meet them, they won't even greet you. Is that your strategy that you're also going to use? If you're not going to use that strategy, what is your strategy?
I think that is a weak strategy to use, and it shows lack of talent to try and bribe students into voting for you, to try and use resources. As NASU, we've made it clear to the students that we don't transact at material level. We are intellectuals, we are at a university, we are future leaders. We can only transact through a vision, through ideas that will move our university forward. So we will not resort to buying votes. The students will vote for us because of our vision and our manifesto that we are going to deliver as soon as the nomination is over. So our strategy is to go to the students, speak to them, sell our vision, and that's that.
After you're voted in, will you come back to us and give us feedback on your achievements, and also listen to our petitions?
Definitely, we will not have to return to the students, because we are with the students. We are driving, the train of change together with the students. and we have built our vision, from bottom going up, which means in everything that we have done, we have included, the student concerns, we've included the student ideas, we've included everything that the students want us to include. So we are going to be working with the students. We're not going to allow what our predecessors have done to dominate the politics at the top. I think the politics should be dominated at the bottom, and we as student leaders should be servants of the leaders, not to boss around, when we win the elections.
Okay. Mr. Mwashita said,
yes.
Your last words to the students, please convince them to vote for you.
My message to the nastians will be, we cannot be hoodwinked and co-told into this shame as academic comrades. It is important that we vote for the leadership that is going to stand for us, the leadership that is going to make sure that they fight for the students, the leadership that is going to represent us, the leadership that is going to stop at nothing in representing us. Because the other issue is that we have languished in dark corners, we have found ourselves in exile, we have been sidelined, we have been marginalized, but we are saying as Team Zinasu, it is the time for students to be ball players. We need to be masters of our own fate. We need to put and pull a vision forward, which is a vision for the students, not a vision for politicians, not a vision for other people outside NAS. As the major stakeholders of the university, the students, let us make sure that we push a vision that is solely students. And the three things that I will do for NAST is to represent you, and represent you.
Convincing. So, if you lose, will you still represent the students and represent the students and represent the students?
Yes, it's not, it goes beyond winning. It's a passion that is from inside to represent the students. So we are here, not to win elections, but we are here to make sure that we push forward a vision for the students, even without SRC elections, like what we have been doing in the past. So whether or not we win the elections, that's another story. But we are going to make sure that we push a vision for the students, because history will judge us, and I can quote from Martin Luther King. He said, our lives begin to end the day that we become silent about the things that matter. So as Dennis Mwashita and as Team Zinasu, we refuse to be silent about the things that matter. So that is our vision, that is our drive.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you very much.
And I must say that I feel motivated that you're trying to represent others. It takes a lot of courage. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to share this video, subscribe to my channel, and give this video a thumbs up. Mr. President, on this show, we celebrate failure, because failing means trying. And we dance to your favorite song as we celebrate failure. I don't know if you're ready for that, but we don't take no for an answer.
All right. Yeah, one of the things that I love doing is actually, watching dance.
Oh.
Yeah, I myself, can dance a little bit. I love watching dance. And I'm sure we can do that. But before we can do that, I have a present for you.
Oh, wow.
I brought you
I love
something.
presents.
It's a surprise. Can you close your eyes?
Guys, please watch for me.
So this is a Zinasu t-shirt
Oh.
and a Zinasu cap.
Wow. And I love red, by the way. Ooh. This is nice. So I'm going to be wearing this everywhere, right?
Yes, you must.
Okay. And it's written what at the back? Team Mwashita. Okay. Wow, and the cap, guys. But I didn't promise you my vote.
It's not about voting.
Okay, it's about me just looking
nice.
Okay, thank you. I might as well vote for you. Okay, thanks so much. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this guy motivating and convincing. Until next time, guys, remember to check your others and you as well.
Sale Baba, see, Mr. Lava Lava, shut up. Shigaba. Yeah, will you give me your number, baby? Baby, go your WhatsApp number, baby. If I give you a lot, you go, baby, baby, wait, calculate.